Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Life Path Masterclass. And tonight we're going to be talking about harmonious relationships. Please do write in the chat, especially if this is your first time joining one of the masterclasses. If you're new, write in the chat and say hi. We have people joining from many different countries and attending these masterclasses. Remember also, please do have your goal mapping account open. We've got some exercises tonight as we go through. Plus, of course, you can create your goal map. We'll be doing a guided visualization later on, and I'll be sharing the specific instruction of how you use goal mapping to create more harmony in your relationships. Whether that's harmony with your nearest and dearest, or your extended family and friends and community, or whether it's your harmony with your environment. Fundamentally, it's about finding harmony within yourself, because that brings peace to every other area of life. So please do write in the chat where you're coming from. Is this your first time, or are you a returning goal mapper, taking another step on your life path? We're running these presentations every month. We'll be about 2 hours this evening. And I'll be inviting my partner, Vicky, to join on this side of the table as we talk through our relationship goal map. Here's a quick look at it now. So please do write in the chat. We're just going to give a moment or two for people to join. I'm going to change our seating position and bring on the presentation ready. And then we'll be moving into the content and the workshop for this evening. So, once again, lovely to be with everyone. So pleased you can join. We're going to move through with the presentation just a few moments. But again, to say, please do open your goal mapping account so you can use the tools and, of course, the mapping process if you wish to as we go through this evening. If you'd also like to have a piece of paper and a pen, there's a couple of exercises coming up. We'll be a little less than 2 hours now, finishing 9 o'clock UK time. But we have people joining from many countries, so I appreciate that you may be on European time zone or a couple of hours in front of us. Please do write your questions in the chat. We love to make this as interactive as we can. And if you have questions as we go through, my partner Vicky will do her best to answer them and field any on to me that she's not sure about. And we have a number of certified coaches and trainers joining these presentations often, and they also get involved and answer the questions. And so if you're one of the goal mapping coaches or trainers, please do feel free to jump in and help people with their questions. And nice to see people starting to write in the chat, joining from the West Country, first timer. Well done, nice to see you. These presentations absolutely free, and of course using the goal mapping software also free. And let me bring up the presentation, myself in the corner, and just start to explain that I've been a speaker and a trainer and a coach since 1994. And over those years, the message that I've delivered has stayed consistent. Your thoughts create your reality. And whether that's your thoughts about yourself or it's your thoughts about life, your thoughts influence the decisions you make and the way that you feel and the actions you take and the energy you give off and what you attract back. And little by little, your thoughts shape your reality. I believe that while life is different for each of us, there are some things we can say are the same. And life is a path. We're all of us on a path, making our journey through life. And the tools in these programs are designed to help you walk your path well. And they're tools that I've learned through experience. And if you're new to goal mapping, let me briefly share my story. I was born into a traveling funfair family. My ancestors were entertainers in the circus. as well as operating funfair equipment. This is my great-grandmother opened with her funfair in London, and here with her travelling amusements show. This is my father's funfair, and this was the life I was born into. I travelled around with the fairs and also went to the Isle of Wight each year, where we would open up our amusements on the pier here at Ventnor. I never went to school very much. I left school before I was 13 with no qualifications, of course, and unable to read or write properly. I've become an early entrepreneur. My 13th birthday present was this rocket-shaped bubblegum machine and some bubblegum and the keys. And my father taught me about business. And then I invested in a pinball machine. My big business breakthrough at about 15 was I was one of the youngest first people in England to own a Space Invaders. And then I took the family business in a new direction at 18, and I become the youngest licensee of a nightclub in England, and was very successful. I opened in 1981, and for 13 years, run a nightclub called Zanies, and we had a lot of celebrities and pop stars and people that would come to the nightclub, and it became quite famous. This is me at 18 when I opened the club, and here's my DJ box. I was a DJ for 10 years. You can see it's inside a blue crystal, and there's a green gorilla hand holding up the crystal. It was quite an unusual place that I opened. Become very popular, was in lots of music magazines. I made a lot of money, had a lot of fun, was at the height of success, and then not. And everything come crashing down in the early 1990s when English people stopped taking their main summer holiday in England, and instead they started going to the Mediterranean, the Canary Islands, and places like Ibiza. My customers all went to Ibiza. And so the family business went out of business. And at age 29, I found myself in a really difficult situation. I was £1 million in debt. This was 1993. I had my home was repossessed. I was alone because my marriage broke down. I had absolutely no qualifications, and I had no formal work experience. I'd only ever worked for myself or my father. I couldn't even read or write properly, and so it was very limited. And the turning point for me, because my life was looking very dark, and I was really scared, and I didn't know what to do. I sat in my bedroom day after day in my parents' house, which was also going to be repossessed, and I was afraid, and I didn't know how I could get out of the mess that I was in. And then I had a real turning point in my life, and what led me from that dark time into an amazing new life that I've lived now for the past 30 years is that I met a really pioneering, inspiring life coach called Mike Rosewarne, who started to teach me about the power and the science of positive thinking, and that when you think you can, that triggers the release of chemicals that help you to feel more motivated and to be more empowered in your actions, and how ultimately that helps you to achieve greater results in your life. And within a short while, I really had transformed my life. I used the positive thinking strategies to overcome my learning problems and teach myself to read well. I made a switch from being a door-to-door salesperson into training. And within a short while, I'd started running my own training programs, and in particular, teaching the goal mapping system, which I first started teaching in 1995. And here is one of my very early goal maps from 1996, where my goals are to be speaking in different countries around the world and to start writing my books. And very quickly, goal mapping certainly worked for me. I started getting invited to write articles for magazines. I found myself speaking on stage with other big speakers, and my products got rave reviews. Now I've written a number of different books, including the goal mapping book in many different languages. And in more recent years, the two main books of goal mapping and self mapping are both now released in second editions because they've been so popular. They've never been out of print. I've spoken around the world in more than 30 countries, and a number of different magazine articles here report from CNN about using goal mapping to advance your career. My mission throughout has been very simple, to give back what I received from the fantastic coach that I met. He wasn't even paid to help me, he just chose to help me. And in the same way, I've dedicated myself to try and help as many other people learn the ancient secret science of how to set your goals in the most powerful way so you can turn your dreams into realities. And it's goal mapping that helps to achieve that. And my target is to reach 7 million people. So far, goal mapping has reached more than 5 million people around the world. And it's reached more than 1 million children, people from all different walks of life and all different ages, setting and creating goal maps to achieve all manner of things. And tonight, we will focus more specifically on using goal mapping in relationships. There are 1,447 people over the last 23 years who have chosen to become certified in goal mapping. I ran the first certification program in 1999, and since then, we have more than 1,500 people. Trainers, coaches, therapists, business leaders, community leaders, people that want to make a difference in other people's lives. And if you'd like to know more about the certification program, then I will speak a little bit more about it at the end of the night. The youngest person teaching goal mapping, just 14. And the oldest person is in her 80s, and they come from more than 30 countries. And they're a diverse group, but they all have a big heart and a desire to make a difference in the world. And they've chosen goal mapping as one of their tools in how they make a difference to other people. Goal mapping is helping people in business, in education, and in sports. And we have people using it in so many different ways. It is the online platform that is helping most people because creating your goal map online digital is so much more powerful than drawing it on paper. And there are some great things about drawing your map on paper. And if anyone wants to draw their map, we have the free printable downloads you can use. But the digital goal mapping allows you to do so much more with your map and to use personal pictures like the one you can see of me and Vicky. And those personal pictures trigger a level of brain cell activity that no amount of drawing can achieve. And I'll explain a little bit more about this later on. If you want to download the free resources, just click on the resource tab. We have an absolutely brand new resource center. I'm just showing the opening of it here, but you can scroll down and you'll find all of the printable templates there, like these ones for goal mapping, but also the other programs, as well as additional materials and tools. And we have an online journal. So if you want to write your notes in your personal journal, it stays absolutely confidential to you. And then please, again, just click in the navigation bar and you can access the journal. And you can have both the Zoom open and listening to me and flicking between that and the online platform. Creating your map is the main thing. It's creating your map that makes the magic work. All of the other tools and whistles and bells really support that central thing. And I wholeheartedly recommend not just one map, but a number of maps, because having one map does not give you sufficient detail about all the important areas of your life. And so starting with a map for living your best life, I believe it's then also important to have goal maps for authentic happiness, for feeling fantastic, raising your self-esteem, for vibrant well-being, financial freedom, harmonious relationships, and for finding and following a sense of purpose in life. And this is the drive behind these monthly masterclasses, because each month we are guiding people who wish to go through creating goal maps for these important areas of their life. And by creating the goal map, you're forming the brain cell connections. And then if you work with the map, if you look at it once a day for 30 days, and then move on to a new map, as you go through this process, it creates an enhanced neural net. And I'm going to give more detail on this in just a little while, but before we go to that place, I'm going to invite my great love of my life and partner in business, Vicky, to come sit with me, and together we'll show our relationship map. And the reason I'm inviting Vicky in and we're showing it together, because in a relationship map, I believe that it's important whenever you can to be creating the map together with your partner. Sometimes people create, yeah, lovely to see you too, Sheila. Sometimes people are creating family maps, and of course in businesses and social groups, often team maps. So me and Vic can go through the map together. I'm going to let Vic explain the map, and I'm just going to change screens to bring it up on the computer for real rather than in the presentation. So let's start with the middle goal, yeah?
Yes, so so in the middle of the map is the main goal, which we two are one, creating a life of freedom, adventure and fun. I think that sums us up quite well.
Hard working, but fit in the playtime.
Yeah. And then around that we have the outside goals. So the first one's we build a happy and harmonious home.
Oh, sorry.
I always read my map.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
So we would like to build our own dream home. So we actually have a separate map around that as well. The next one, we help each other grow strong to new heights. I think we're both a good support network to each other.
Yeah.
And we encourage each other to do new things. Then
been on camera.
Yeah. When I first started working with Brian, which was just over 2 years ago, I really struggled to have my camera on through a masterclass. So this is quite an achievement for me to be here speaking to you all. So the next goal is we travel together and create adventure. We both like to travel, we both like to go to new places, and we try to combine work with travel as well and have an adventure when we're away. The last one is we bring peace and harmony to our world. So that's to all our connections, family, friends, community.
And environment wherever we can, like picking up the litter the other day.
Yeah, so Monday we went for a really lovely walk down to a beach that we quite often camp down there. And we quite often come back with a bag of rubbish, but we came back with 4 bags.
Yeah, big ones.
Yeah, and
just so much plastic.
Mostly little bits of plastic. So it was really nice to be able to do that and to feel like you're making a bit of a difference. At the top, we have our reasons why. So really strong emotional reasons why. So we are friends, lovers, partners. So we work together, live together, pretty much do everything together. The middle one is we are each other's balance and we grow old together. It says gracefully, but I always think disgracefully to have some fun. And then if we scroll down,
Timeline.
yeah, we actually created this map back at the beginning of our relationship. And we've got the timeline set at Valentine's Day, just because it's a nice date on a relationship map. And we regularly update the map, change things, change some images sometimes.
And this is the value of having your maps online and having a set of maps for all the different areas. Because each month we update one of our existing maps. And as I'll talk about more in a moment, brain cells that fire together wire together. Okay, so when you're looking at your map and you work with it for a month and then you go on to one of the new ones, you're creating an enhanced neural net. And it's not possible in the same way on paper. I say it hand on heart because I invented the system, and for 20 odd years I did it on paper. So it was actually a difficult thing for me to switch from paper to digital, because I really believed drawing the map on paper was the way. And of course we still print on paper. It's good to have it in your hand, because it's like you're bringing it from the digital in reality. You can sign it and you can put it somewhere prominent. And again, we'll talk about these things in a little while.
So down the right side, we have our how we're going to do it. So focus really around the main goal. So we cook, clean, and collaborate. So we share the household duties. The other one is we make time to walk and talk daily, which is really important. It makes us get out and about. We talk about different things, work, and normally
Trips away.
Trips away, yeah. And then the last one is we prioritize the rituals that keep us strong. So we have little things that we do. We like to cold water swim most mornings. We juice fresh vegetables every day. We have like little mushroom tinctures. So those little things help us keep strong and balanced. And on the other side, we have who. So who's going to help us, or who do we need to be to achieve these goals? So we are mindful, we are caring, and we are committed.
In creating the map, words and pictures, it's helping to activate the whole of the brain. And we put a lot of thought into the goal map about what are the things that we both desire together, but also the things that we need to do together in order to keep the relationship strong. Just going to go back into the PowerPoint presentation. And I said at the very beginning that your thoughts create your reality, both in yourself and in your life. And of course, we live in a world where there are billions of people, and everyone has free will to think whatever thoughts they wish and create whatever reality they wish. And so it means that we're actually in a collective, because everybody's thoughts and everybody's realities all bump into each other. And so it is very much, when you're doing a shared goal map, our thoughts create our reality in our community or partnership or family. And of course, on a larger scale, in the world. And we cannot influence other people. We cannot make someone think a way, be a way they don't want to be against their will, and also have harmony. We can do it under duress, but we cannot do it with harmony. And so what's really important when you're goal mapping is that if you have a joint goal map with your partner, also have a life map. Both you and your partner. So Vicky has her own life map, and this is Vicky's life map here on the screen, and I have my own life map, because a life map uses the same principle as goal mapping to send a command to your subconscious mind and to release all the chemicals that give you the attitudes and feelings. But instead of the command to your subconscious about being about physical things, in a life map, the command is about who you choose to be. And so in a relationship, it's who you choose to be in the relationship and who you choose to be for your partner within the relationship. Tell us about your map, Vic.
So this is my life map, and I've actually had this life map now for probably three years. I update it every 6 months. So every 6 months, Brian runs a program called Warrior Within, and that's my opportunity to update my life map. So I tweak it because I'm actually really attached to this one. So the middle statement, everything is possible in my own powerful mind. That's actually a line from a song that I picked up when I was about 12 years old. But the line in the song is, nothing is impossible. But the words nothing and impossible are quite negative. So gradually I've changed it to everything is possible in my own powerful mind. The top one, mental, I am strong and positive. The emotional, I am free and peaceful. So free from those inner chatty voices.
The negative ones.
Yeah.
The doubt wars.
Yeah. Physical, I'm energetic and enthusiastic. I need to find some enthusiasm to exercise sometimes, so it's a great word for me to have on there. Financial, I am super abundant and generous, so I give back as well as receive. Social, I'm an introvert by nature, so socializing and social events really takes it out of me. So my statement is I look forward to peopling. Introverts people do people. So and the spiritual is I glow and I help others to glow too. Thank you.
When you speak your goals out loud, it always enhances that brain cell connection and the command to your subconscious, as I've been showing. And so extra powerful for Vicky there sharing on camera. This is my goal map, life map, my Warrior Within one that Vicky was just mentioning. I brought it up on the screen while she was talking. And again, a similar, my main goal, central purpose, which is all about being your best, is I am renewed and then I believe in myself, I lift myself, I move with repose, I attract divine providence, I am inspiring, I am my true self. Whatever your situation, whatever your desires, things you would wish to achieve, it's the combination of goal mapping and life mapping and sometimes action mapping that help a person to be their best. And quite simply, if you're being your best, you will do your best in the actions that you take. And through the prime law of creation, which is cause and effect, you will start to take your best actions, you'll do your best, and you will see your best results. And a goal map and a life map and the other systems help a person to stay focused on being their best and doing their best so they have their best results. And this is not some new science that I've made up, some new thing. It's ancient wisdom's been around many thousands of years. Love this quote from Buddha: all that we think, all that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make and shape our world. And throughout the ages, Vicky wants to ask a question from Jenny. I have to just see if I can bring it up on my screen. No, I can't see it. It's gone past on the scroll. I'll come back to it in a second. And so let us look into how goal mapping works so amazingly well that it's spread around the world to more than 5 million people. Well, we have billions of brain cells, and each of our brain cells or neurons, represented here on the screen by the black dot, It grows these arms and branches called dendrite, which are all separated by a small gap called the synaptic gap. And when you think, a little spark takes place, an electrical impulse in the middle of the brain cell, and that impulse travels out along the branches and it wants to connect, but the gap is there. And the key point with the science of positive thinking is this: if the thought you choose to think is positive, whether that's a positive thought about yourself or your life or your situation, finding love or strengthening a relationship you're already in, if your thought is positive, that positive thought starts in the middle of the brain cell and it travels out along the arms and branches and it releases a chemical into your brain called serotonin. And serotonin is the chemical that gives you the feeling of happiness and well-being. Same chemical that is released into your brain and body if you take an antidepressant drug like Prozac. You achieve the same thing through positive thinking. If you train your brain to think positively, you can release more and more serotonin, and as well as giving you a good feeling, serotonin is also a neuroconductor. So it joins the brain cells together. It allows your thought to continue on its journey. So you build up this positive pattern of thought. And it's this joining together of brain cells that creates that aha moment, when you have that little magical moment where you come up with a new idea, a new thought, or you find an answer to a problem. You have some great idea. Go, oh yeah, I can do this. And that's the brain cells joining. And as the brain cells join, they're releasing serotonin. So you get a feeling of motivation. It all feels good. But then quite quickly after the brain cells join, they also break apart again. And this is why it's so important to understand this simple science of how the brain works and why goal setting is so vital for success. Because when the brain cells repeatedly fire together, well, they gradually wire together. Setting a goal helps us remind ourselves and refire the brain cells. Every time you think about your goal, you refire the brain cells. Every time you tell yourself you're going to achieve your goal, you refire the brain cells. And every time you read your goal out to somebody else, like Vicky did just now, you're refiring the brain cells. And the brain cells that fire together wire together. And so by creating your goal map, it helps to activate more of your brain because of the words and pictures. And each time you remind yourself of your goal by printing your goal map out, putting it somewhere as a reminder, working with it for 30 days, you gradually grow your belief from an opinion that you can do it to a belief, to a knowingness, to a feeling of certainty. The more brain cell connections you make, the more it helps you to work with both sides of your brain. With your right brain, you get a good vision of your future, where you're going, what it looks like. And if you're a leader, have other people in your team, helps you to paint the picture for others, to inspire other people. Equally important is to engage your left brain, logical brain, so that you can be strategic, you can make a plan, you can follow a recognized path, you can be effective in your daily actions. And it's the balance between these two sides of the brain working together, iterating, like the infinity sign, like a figure of 8. It's these working together that is so empowering. And it comes through using goal mapping because of the balanced combination of words and pictures. And when we hold a positive thought by reminding ourselves of our goal, the serotonin release lifts our heart. It literally raises our self-esteem. Every time you're thinking about something good in yourself or good in your life, the serotonin helps you to feel better. And as you raise your self-esteem, the serotonin also has a knock-on effect, and it enlivens your body right down to a cellular level. And this is clinically proven for many years now that when we are positive, we are healthier and we heal faster if we have an accident or some form of injury. Likewise, if you learn how to use your physiology or body posture, you can actually send a signal back to your brain to release more serotonin. And so acting as if, standing in a way that you would stand when you're feeling positive and confident, sends a signal to release serotonin. There are brain cells that have been discovered pretty much throughout the body. And they're not only in our brain. Neurons are also on the heart. There's 50,000 brain cells on the surface of the heart. It's the heart's mini brain. And there are even more brain cells in the gut, in the stomach, which many scientists now call the second brain. And then there are brain cells or neurons throughout your body because of your nervous system. And so actually, consciousness is not localized in the brain. We generate a field of consciousness, but it is our thoughts in terms of conscious thought that triggers the chemical that creates the feeling that leads to the behavior or the action. As Henry Ford said, if you think you can, you can. But if you think you can't, well, you can't, you will not. When we think negatively about ourselves, about our life, about our situation we're in, if we're thinking negatively about our partner or our ability to attract a partner, or we're thinking negatively about a family or community, when we think negatively, again, the thought begins as an impulse in the middle of the brain cell and it travels out along the axon and it releases a chemical, but this time a different chemical. It releases a chemical called cortisol. And cortisol is a stress hormone. It's part of our fight or flight response, and it gives us the emotions of fear and sadness. It is also a neuroinhibitor. And that means that it blocks the spread of thought. And when you think negatively, rather than your thoughts spreading out and activating more of your brain, the opposite happens. Your brain and your body, your digestion, your lymph system, your immune system, they all shut down. And this is an ancient survival system when the danger for us was wild animals and we needed to shut down and just do one thing, run away really fast. Not think too much, not daydream, not do any of those things, just shut everything down and use that energy to fight or flight. And in that type of danger, being faced by a wild animal, the system works really, really well. But in modern life, with life's modern problems, like attracting true love, like increasing our prosperity, creating a happy home for our loved ones. Life's modern problems, when things are going wrong, do not require us to shut down and run away. Instead, what is essential is that we learn how to stay positive. Because if we become negative, then all we see is more of the problem. And the cortisol sends us into anxiety and depression. It becomes a vicious downward spiral. Setting goals really helps us to hold on to positive thoughts and positive vision for the future. Every time we think about the goal, we strengthen that connection. This is why in goal mapping, it is not just about creating the map that starts the connection. It's also about using the map. And the upline online system allows you to update your map with new insights that come. And as you go through that process, you activate more of your brain. And fundamentally, goal mapping helps to create brain balance because of the use of words and pictures and the structure of the 7 steps of goal mapping, which I'll show in just a few moments before we go into the visualization exercise for everybody to create their own goal map tonight. It's this combination of words and pictures in goal mapping that is fundamental to the success of goal mapping over so many years. And you will find this same principle of words and pictures going back many thousands of years in ancient wisdom, literature, and rituals around the world, in Hinduism, in Buddhism, in Zoroastrianism, because words and pictures stimulate whole brain activity. That whole brain activity also helps us to engage both aspects of the mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. In goal mapping, we teach that the subconscious mind is like a magical genie. It can do the most amazing things. It can help your wishes come true, but the genie can't wish for you. You must command the genie. And so with your conscious mind, you are master of the magic lamp. And your subconscious obeys the conscious mind. Your subconscious is always seeking a target. And for all of its tremendous power, and your subconscious is many thousands of times more powerful than your conscious mind. But the one thing it cannot do is it cannot make choices or value judgments. It always wants a target to aim for. It wants your conscious mind to be setting a goal and to give it a direction. In the absence of a goal, your subconscious mind will follow your dominant thoughts. And here's where the challenge takes place for so many people. For so many people, without realizing what they are doing, and maybe many of you are doing this, the dominant thought that's in your mind most often is not always what you want. Sometimes it's what you fear. Worry is the equivalent of negative goal setting. And what happens when you worry, and I'm a champion bloody worrier, what happens when you worry is you start imagining the worst possible outcome in the future to a difficult situation you're in. And the more difficult the situation comes, and the more you create a bleak picture of the future. Well, your subconscious accepts that picture as the target. And this is why people go into self-sabotage. Nobody wants to go into self-sabotage, but they start picturing things going wrong, and their subconscious follows that picture and helps them to get things wrong. And you only need to look at the world of sport, where even the world's top athletes will struggle with this, that if their game starts to go down, if they're not feeling great, in golf, in tennis, in any sport, you see their game absolutely spirals down. And the more they think they don't want to miss, the more they miss. The more they think they don't want to mess it up, the more they mess it up. Well, this same principle is taking place in every area of our life. And I have people come to me and say, oh, I really, really, really don't want to be overweight. And I think about it all the time. And then when I coach them, what they're actually thinking about all the time is being overweight. And their subconscious reads that picture every moment of every day. And when they lose some weight, their subconscious is saying, well, you're meant to be this shape, put it all back on. And other people come to me and say, oh, I really need help because I can't find love. But they've got a dominant picture in their mind of them being alone. And the subconscious is always going to follow the dominant thought. So how do we make the dominant thought what we want? Create a goal map, look at it once a day. It's not actually a huge effort. It would take you an hour to create the map. It takes a few moments to look at it once a day. Have it as a screensaver on your phone. Do whatever you can do. It's not a big thing to do, and it's not a difficult thing to do, but here's what I've seen over the years. The things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. And I see loads of people saying in my seminars, yeah, that's a really great idea. Yeah, I love goal map. And I say, have you got your goal map? They go, no, I haven't done it. All right. Listening to me will not make it work. Okay, you could listen to me for a week if you wanted to. That is not going to program your subconscious mind. Creating your goal map is what makes it work. Simple steps. Right in the middle, we've got a main goal. Then we've got side goals. Now, these can be from all different areas of your life. And I recommend to have one goal map that's the big picture. But tonight, we're going to focus on relationships. And then here at the top, why you want it. You saw Vicky talk through her map earlier. When, we want a start date and a target date. So we've got a timeline. That timeline allows us to put together a simple plan, an action plan of things we need to do. With the online system, you can go into great detail if you choose to. And then who? Sometimes the who will be you, and the who is you. You say your way of being. I'm focused, I'm committed. Sometimes the who is someone else, a teacher, an advisor, a coach. We're each of us a combination, thought, feeling, and action. As we've been showing, our thoughts trigger the chemicals that create feelings, and that influences our behavior. In the ancient wisdom teaching around the world, it was taught that by thought and feeling and action, we make and shape our world. A goal map captures your best thoughts, captures your best feelings, captures your best actions. And so if you have a pad of paper and pen to hand, or if you want to switch and just listen to me for a moment, but click on the browser and go to your goal map and use the online journal, whichever feels best for you. Here is the question. What is your main belief? What's your dominant thought about yourself and relationships? If you're in a relationship, what's your dominant thought with your partner maybe, or what's your dominant thought towards relationship with people generally? If you're not in a relationship, again, what's your dominant thought or belief about finding true love? Because if your thought, like a lot of people I coach, is I'm never going to find true love, understand that's the command you're sending to your subconscious. You will never find true love. Now, please don't write down what you would like it to be. I'm not going to ask you to read it out. I'm not going to ask you to share it. I just want to help you to be clear in what it is for you. What's your dominant belief about relationships? And then what's your dominant feeling? What's the strongest feeling? And what is it that you want to feel? What's your attitude towards finding love? And then behavior. What is your behavior? Many people that I coach tell me they want more love in their life, but their attitude, whether they're in a relationship or looking for a relationship, their attitude is often pushing their partner away, or people that could be good for them is pushing away. I've coached many people that have a deep belief that they're not worthy of finding true love, and they often go into self-sabotage, and when they meet someone that could be really good for them, unconsciously they sabotage that relationship by acting in strange ways that cause conflict. And so they're playing out an unconscious belief in their attitude and their behavior because they're going into some form of self-sabotage within the relationship. And the more that you raise your awareness, you don't necessarily need to tell me or anybody else, but in coaching and in personal development, the whole aim is to raise awareness, because the more aware we are, the more effective we are. If you're aware of yourself, you understand why you feel the way that you do, or why you behave the way that you do, and and you know how you can change it. I'm just reading a question on the text, which I managed to bring back up from Jenny, saying, what if you feel you're not in control of your subconscious mind, especially if it's negative, and you feel you can't do anything about it because it's unconscious? Well, I've just explained that, really, that you can do something about it. That is, you need to hold a dominant positive picture, whether that's a picture of your relationships or a positive picture of anything else, because that positive picture will command your subconscious. Your subconscious is not in control. Your conscious mind is in control. Okay? The subconscious mind is the thinking part of the mind. The subconscious part of the mind is the doing, proving part of the mind. So you think a thought, and your subconscious must prove to you that you are right in thinking that thought by bringing you situation and circumstance and experience to prove that you're right. Think you can, your subconscious will prove to you you're right that you can. Think you can't, and your subconscious will prove to you you're right that you can't. The challenge for so many people is that they have deep-seated negative beliefs about themselves or different aspects of life. Those negative beliefs are constant commands to the subconscious mind. Your beliefs are the thoughts that you've accepted as true and no longer question. Many people, when they are young, accept the opinions of other people about them, or they have an experience in life that they don't fully understand, and they start to accept certain thoughts about themselves. And once you accept a thought as being true, the brain cell connection becomes established, and it becomes a command to your subconscious mind to keep you that way. And all of us have an inner selfie. We have a picture inside of our mind. It's known as your self-image. It's an inner selfie of you being the way that you are, feeling the way that you do, behaving the way that you behave. And every moment of every day, your subconscious mind reads that picture and uses it as a blueprint for the way that you feel and the way that you behave and how you respond to things. That's how all of your habit patterns are regulated. Thinking the same way as a habit and feeling the same way as a habit and behaving the same way as a habit. It is a marvelous thing, because it means you can get up in the morning and you don't need to rethink everything. You can just get on with your life without too much thought. The challenge is when you want to change something about yourself, when you want to change a belief, an attitude, a behavior, you realize, oh, it can be a bit tough. Many people try and work on the behavior, whether it's with diet or it's with love or whatever it is in their life. But actually, the place to begin is on the inside in your mind, in changing the inner picture you have of you. It's by changing that inner picture and putting in the picture that you wish of how you want to be, the life you want to live, that then your subconscious is reading that inner picture and helping you to form new habits, new attitudes, and new ways of being that in turn shape your life in a very positive way. And of course, like attracts like. And quite often when I'm helping people find and attract love into their life, I start with a life mapping. And I'll say, who's your ideal partner? Let's map it out in your life map. Who are they mentally? Who are they emotionally? Who are they physically, materially, socially, spiritually? Map it out, your ideal, a true love person. And then the realization is, well, if like attracts like, to attract that person, you need to be that way yourself. Okay, so that becomes then their life map. And so if you're creating a life map, think about your ideal partner and realize, well, for like to attract like, you need to find that harmony with others. And we are attracted to all types of people, of course. But the thing that holds relationships together is finding sameness within fundamental things such as belief. And you can have differences. Vicky likes different music to some of the things I like, and we have some different tastes in food. Differences add spice. But beliefs about how a man and a woman or a partner should be in life, how families should be in life, that's what holds things together. Because then you're living with shared values that reflect in daily attitudes and behavior. And creating a goal map together with your partner, I believe, is a very empowering thing. There are a few fundamental rules within relationships and goal mapping. I love this, a one golden rule common to all. Somebody introduced this to me more than 20 years ago. You'll find in all the major faiths around the world, and I don't belong to any particular faith, but I find them all giving value in some way, that this same principle is there of treat others the way that you would wish they would treat you. The golden rule that's common to all. And so again, a life really is a mirror. And if we're looking for our partner to be a very specific way within the relationship, it also requires us to be that way. A great insight for me many years ago was when I started to understand that you really can't love anyone else more than you genuinely love yourself. And I've had so many people fight against this statement. And when I've shared it in my workshops over the years, I even had a past girlfriend many years ago who said to me, no, it's not true, Brian. I really love you. I really love you. I really love you. And she did. But she didn't always love herself. And when we don't love ourselves, we're not able to be the person that we would like to be for others, whether that's our partner or whether it's our children, our community. When we're not feeling good about ourselves, we're not able to be the way that we would wish to be. And my relationship with this person came to an end because she wasn't able to be the person to keep her promise, to do what is required in a relationship, to keep the relationship together. And fundamentally, as I mentioned earlier, and again, the reason for having your self map as a life map as well as a goal map is so that it helps you to be your best. Many years ago, I trained to teach the work of Dr. Stephen Covey and his 7 principles of highly effective people. And this was part of the teaching in the program. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. It's a great piece of wisdom. What you will observe in life is that most people want to be understood. And if you don't listen to them, a lot of them will just talk louder and harder to push their point across, because they have this deep need to be understood. And it's a deep human need, the need to be understood. It's like the need to have air to breathe. In fact, Dr. Stephen Covey used to call it, it's psychological air. And if you're denied understanding, if people are stonewalling you, and in a relationship, if you're not being heard, you're not being understood, you're not feeling that you're being understood, it makes people struggle for it. Like having their air supply reduced. If you understand this principle, and what creates such amazing results is if you will raise your awareness and you will always seek first to understand another, to give them the psychological air, to help them feel heard and listened to, before then giving your point of view. because the second part of the principle is, and then to be understood. And I found this to be an amazing thing for having more harmony within a conversation, covering a difficult subject, and also being able to bring your partner closer for you. We're just about to go into the visualization for creating the goal map. And it will be recorded tonight, and the recording will be available afterwards. I'll speak more about that towards the end. I've just seen a couple of people saying, sorry, they've got to go. Somebody's daughter's fallen. I hope she's okay. They're off to the doctor. Okay. So one important thing to remember with the goal mapping, you cannot set goals for other people. You can only set goals for yourself. Everybody has free will. I see people trying to set goals for their partner or trying to set goals for their children, and you can force people into doing things, but that is not going to create harmony, of course. Each person needs really to set their own goals. And this is the process we're going to go through. 7 simple steps, starting with the right brain. In just a moment, I'm going to guide everybody that wishes to through the visualization. And then second step, map out the goals. And I'll be showing one of my maps and how the map builds and how to write your goals. And then step 3, to create the imagery, start to visualize it. Step 4, put in the motivating reasons why, when, how, and who. 7 simple steps to create the map. And we're going to start with step 1, dream. And what I would ask is that you make yourself comfortable and have a pad of paper and pen ready, but better still, as I've said several times already, would be to have your goal mapping account open. I'm just going to switch on mine now. I'll bring up my picture, and you can see I've got a lot of maps here. I don't look at all of them all the time. I work that sequence, as I said to you. And I'm going to go to create new goal map. I'm going to have it open ready. And I'm going to write in here right now what it is. And I recommend you do the same. Okay, so my relationship goal map, I really recommend you have a series of maps. And you want to be able to see quickly which map is which. So put it in when you're ready, my relationship goal map. And I want you to click back into this space here where it says dream. And then if it's safe for you to do so, if you're not in some dangerous location, driving your car or something, I'd like you to sit back and relax, please, because we're going to go through a short visualization, and we're going to begin with a relaxation exercise. So if you're ready and would like to just sit back now and relax, and I would like you to take a deep breath in through your nose, please. Eyes closed if you're comfortable to do so. And I want you to breathe out slowly through your mouth. So in through the nose and then breathe out slowly through the mouth. And as you breathe out through your mouth, I want you to say the word relax 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Again now, please. Deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying, I am 3 times to yourself and in your own language. And once more, deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying within 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Relax, I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing in through the top of your head, like white light, soothing, calming, relaxing, all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now with each easy breath that you take and each sound that you hear. The relaxation moves deeper, relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. I'd like you to imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore, clear blue skies above you, soft rolling waves, and a warm sun shining down upon your skin. As you stroll along this beautiful, carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large, blue, shining genie. The genie says, "Your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you." I want you to go forward in time now, knowing you have the power to create your life exactly as you would choose it to be, and take a walk through an ideal day that represents you living your ideal life in your ideal harmonious relationships. Starting from when you first awake in the morning, notice how you are feeling. Are you choosing to be alone, or are you choosing to live your life with a partner? Notice how you begin your day in your ideal harmonious relationship. Are you making time for yourself? Maybe to meditate or for gratitude. Maybe you're going for early morning exercise. Or are you doing this together with another? Are you taking breakfast together? Now start to move through your ideal day and notice harmony in all your different types of relationship. Notice how creating harmony within your workplace with your colleagues helps you to be more effective in all of your different work activities and more productive. Notice how finding harmony helps you engage more with people within your community, helping you to experience more, interact more, socialize more. Notice how harmony supports you in going for exercise and running with others. Notice how harmony helps you to be engaged in joint projects, to raise additional finances, increase your economy. Notice how greater harmony brings greater happiness within your family and your community. And see yourself being in harmony with your environment. harmony with nature, and fundamentally, harmony with yourself. Notice the great feelings of peace that you feel when you are in harmony with your environment and your community, your family, and your partner. Notice how it nourishes every aspect of you. And from that future place, look back to this time and see the path you have traveled, the journey you have made, the things you have done to achieve that future success of greater harmony within yourself and relationships. And now come back to the present moment, bringing with you all good ideas and intentions and insights. Know that it's all possible for you. Have a little stretch, bring yourself back into waking consciousness. And very quickly, I want you to write down 5 things or more that you just thought about that represent a life where you are enjoying greater harmony within your relationships. 5 things. Now, no need for detail at this point. I just write down the 5 things or more that you just thought about. So maybe it is, I find my soulmate. Here's what a lot of people will do. They'll write something like this. Find love. When you're writing goals, it's important to follow a simple principle of writing your goal as an affirmation. And an affirmation is always written personal, positive, and present tense. I have, I own, I earn, I find, whatever wording most fits your goal, but you write it like it's a reality now, and you have I in the sentence, or if you're doing this together with a partner, you write we. I've just written, we create a happy home. Now, take a look at the 3 goals I've written here on the screen. Just see if I can zoom it in a little. And maybe you can see it already, but let me just point it out very clearly. The bottom one, written using capital letters at the start of each word, will have much, much greater impact on your subconscious mind than just writing in lowercase, as I've done in the top statement. This middle statement really needs to be not only in capitals, but to have the affirmation I find love is an affirmation. It's personal, it's positive, it's present tense, it's concise, not too many words, no waffle. It's a command to the subconscious. Find love is not a command to the subconscious. I is the conscious mind commanding. I am that I am. Each of us are creators of our own reality. It's a simple key, but I see even the world's top coaches often forgetting this simple key. It's not just me saying this. It isn't something I've made up. Look back in the ancient wisdom literature and you will see that going back thousands of years to Egyptian times, they commanded the subconscious with words and pictures. The words always written in the form of affirmation, the pictures are visualization. In Hinduism, it's known as a mantra, words, chant, mantra. Same in Buddhism. Yantra is the picture. Yantra is a power pattern, sometimes drawn on paper, sometimes used with coloured rice. Personal, positive, present tense. But here's another key. Just like using capital letters, please use passion. So I find the love of my life. I find the love of my life is infinitely more powerful as a command to your subconscious than I find love. Okay? To put in the passion, make the statement meaningful. The more meaningful the statement, the more powerful it will be. Now, rather than going through the whole map, I want to go to my existing relationship map here with Vicky, and I'm going to click on to the edit. And you can see that our statements, and we did this map together, but on my account, you can see here all of the statements written, personal, positive, present tense, meaningful, emotional, and capital letters at the beginning of each word, using we because we did it together. And I can go into any of these statements at any time, and at the click of a button, I can make a change. And it's making the small changes that make a big difference. It's like making the change on the tuning dial of a radio. The little change is what brings through the sweet reception. It's what brings through the clarity of the sound and the music. It's the small change. Small changes in the words. If you're looking at your map each day, and as you look at the map, say the pictures, new insights will come. When the new insights come, make the change in your map. Because each time you make the change, you're strengthening the brain cell connection. It's an easy thing to do. But as I've said already earlier, the things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. And a lot of people simply get lazy and don't follow through. Step 2, once you've written your goals, step 2, what's your main goal? What's the one goal that you most need to achieve that's going to help achieve all the others? Well, in a relationship map, really it's a central statement about being together with your partner or finding true love. And me and Vicky have chosen a main goal here. We two are one, creating a life of freedom and fun. We updated this just recently. And we can move any goal to any position. Simply click on it and then click and it will move there. You can move them wherever you want them to go. The main goal in the center wants to be that one goal that's the central thing, that by achieving that helps the other goals. In this type of map, the side goals are often aspects. They're like facets in the diamond. They're aspects of the main goal. Again, this is a step that you can make changes to at any time you wish. Step 3, it's time to add the imagery. A lot of people like to draw pictures, and so do I. I never used to until I started goal mapping. But actually, it's having personal images. And of course, these days with mobile phones and selfies, people are able to create more personal pictures than ever before. And also, there are more free pictures available on the internet than ever before. And brain scientists from Sheffield University, Dr. Rodney Nicholson, explained to me some time ago that while drawing a goal map does work well for stimulating the brain cell connections, especially for people that like to draw, it will never work as well as using a recognized image of you and your loved ones, because the image of you and your loved ones is already deeply ingrained into your brain cell structure. And your brain instantly recognizes the picture of you. And of course, if it's a picture of you and people that you love, that is triggering a powerful positive thought stimulus that strengthens that brain cell connection that sends the command to the subconscious. And years ago, I never thought I'd be saying that the digital way of goal mapping was more powerful than drawing pictures, but the results are the results. And so create pictures for yourself that are meaningful. And me and Vicky have chose pictures like this one here from Vietnam last year because it reflects creating that life of adventure. And here we're in Greece, and this picture we took out of the image library. And if you click on the little image icon, it will open up the image library. And this is my personal library. So you can upload photos from your computer here, and they will go into your library and into your map, or you can choose to search the existing categories. And we have categories for lifestyle, as you can see, and the different master classes that we run and recommend people do goal maps on each month. So here we are with relationships, and these images already here loaded into the system. Click on any image and it will go directly into your goal map. And so in this way, you're able to not only build your map very quickly, but you're able to keep on improving your map and updating your map. And every time you're doing that, you're strengthening that brain cell connection. Some images like this image here of our home that we intend to build, we're also using in another goal map because we have a goal map just about building our ideal home in the future, and so that it helps us to stay focused on that. Step 4, why? What are your 3 strongest emotional reasons for wanting to find true love or create greater harmony within your relationships? We are motivated by emotion. We are not motivated by logic. And so please put in the strong emotional reasons for why you want to achieve your relationship goals. And again, choosing your words carefully and choosing meaningful pictures is what creates the power. And so here we are, friends, lovers, partners. And me and Vicky have chosen a picture of us together on the beach. And there's a remote beach a little way from where we live. It's not so easy to get to, but when you get there, it's just absolutely fantastic. And we love to go there in the summer. And there's very few people that go there because it's not so easy to get to. So we get some exercise by going to the beach, and we can tick that box for the exercise because it's down a steep hill and then back up again. And we're able to have miles of beach almost to ourselves. Finding the pictures that mean something to you, writing the words. Remember, all aspects of the map I want to have as much meaning as possible by using affirmation with the words. So you can see here the statement still written in affirmation and visualization with the pictures. And you just write in your reason, click add reason. You'll see you can also, if you wish to, resequence the map. So if you think, oh, well, I really like this picture in the center, and actually I do, I think I'm going to keep it this way around. If Vicky agrees with it, of course, I have to have agreement as a joint goal map. I might have it this way, and growing old at the end there as the last reason, I think also feels right. Again, the reason to play with the map and to get it as pleasing as possible is that each time you look at your map, if it pleases you, when you look at the goals, it means it's firing those brain cell connections, and brain cells that fire together gradually wire together, and that's what forms the belief. Because with a goal map, you can constantly update it. And a goal like harmony in relationships is an ongoing goal for the rest of your life, I would suggest. Give yourself a date where you're going to recheck back in again. And for me and Vicky, we're going to recheck back in on this goal map on the 14th of February 2024, unless something comes up that we feel really wants to be added, but we're reset the goal map at that time. Start date will come up automatically, but you can amend both the start date if you wish, which me and Vicky choose not to. This is when we first did the map. This is when we first come together. This is at the start of our relationship, 16th of March. And here we've set the date for 14th of February, Valentine's Day, of course, 2024. I think we'll probably be in Italy about then, if all goes to plan. And then step 6, how? What are the 3 most important things you need to do in order to move along a little path towards the achievement of your goals? And we've put in prioritizing the rituals that keep us strong, as Vicky mentioned earlier. These are the daily activities we go through. Sometimes it can be really important, depending on the type of goal you are setting, to also use the to-do list and add in more detail. And Vicky mentioned these things earlier, going for cold water swimming, juicing every day, and mushroom tincture, but also walking together like we did earlier just before this masterclass this evening. And again, you can add detailed to-do list, as many as you want. You can put in specific dates if you wish to on your to-do list, so that it's not just general. You can have the day that you want to take the action by. And again, the combination of words and pictures. The words written as affirmation, pictures as visualization, which creates whole brain activation and results in us having self-actualization. Self-actualization, and we turn our thoughts into reality. You can also resequence the actions if you wish to, and with a goal map, the action that you believe comes first, I always recommend you have at the bottom, because then it's nearest the start date. And these activities here about juicing and cold water swim are the things that me and Vicky do in the morning. So I'm going to keep this at the bottom of my map, with the other things moving up in sequence. And you can see the last one here is about cook, clean and collaborate. And in fact, on Sunday we had a big cleaning mission and give the place a blitz together to get things nice and squeaky clean. And so then finally, step 7, who? Whose help do you require in achieving the goal? Well, again, in a relationship goal map, me and Vicky decided these together, and the who is both of us, and it's who we choose to be in order to follow through with those actions. And whatever actions you have the who on the opposite side, okay? So we've got actions such as the cold water swimming and the juicing, and the way of being that helps us the most to follow through with those actions is being mindful, being aware. We're just on the last day, actually, of a 9-day cleanse that we've been doing together, an aloe vera, a C9 cleanse. And tomorrow we would both of us enjoy a cup of coffee together in the morning, because there has been none, and we've stuck to it. In fact, we created a goal map just for the 9-day cleanse, and it worked super amazing well. We are caring, we are committed. It could be I am caring, I am committed. But in a joint goal map, again, we're using we language and choosing the imagery that reflects the affirmation for us, and then finally, here's the map. Some important things, you can download and print your map here. Click this button, pulls your map together so you can download it. Once you download it, you can have it as a screensaver as you wish. You can just keep it on file, keep it on record, but I really recommend to print it out. If you're feeling brave and want to make it public, it will show up then in the goal mapping community. And if I go to the top of the screen, you can see community tab here. And so if you want to see other people's goal maps, go to goal mapping community, have a look, you'll see some there. And of course, you can choose how you're going to view your goal map. You can see it side by side, words and pictures, just words. You have lots of choice, and you can share your map by email, or you can take the URL here, and you can also share it with your coach by clicking on the coaching button. Go here to life coaches. You can choose a coach if you don't already have one, and you can share your map with your coach or into a team. I'm going to go back onto the PowerPoint presentation and just cover some of the really important things to do once you have your map. If you are following through tonight and creating your map and would like to share it with me and Vicky, we would love to see it. And a lot of people share their goal maps with us, and we give feedback wherever we can in how to make your map even stronger. If you're interested in getting a coach to help you in your relationships, then again, please do email me and Vicky. Vicky will post her email address in the chat. It's easy to get a hold of us, and we will recommend a coach for you. But the thing you can do for yourself is, one, finish your map. If you finished it tonight, that's great. If not, go back, give a little more time, either after we finish in a little while or over the coming days. Finish your map off, and then do something every day. Live it. Use it in some way. Print it to bring it into the physical. Sign it, because psychologically, when you sign your map, you're giving your commitment. See it. Visualize your map each morning. Put it up somewhere. I've got mine up in the bedroom wall. Vicky's got hers up on the refrigerator door. Both of us have got maps in our folder. Like here, I've got my life map, my action map, and this is my house goal map, and then there are others. Because at a glance, I can see all the information on a single page about the different important goals I have, the different areas of my life. See it, say it. Okay, as you're looking at the pictures, say the words. Right brain, left brain. Activate the whole brain. It will override self-doubt. It will override, Jenny, any negative command to your subconscious. It will reinforce you are the captain of your life, and this is what you choose, and this is where you're going. And it will command your subconscious to support you. And through the law of attraction, a universal collective consciousness, you start to draw the people towards you that help you to create more harmony in your relationship. And there are many people who were in my life before I started setting harmony and relationship goals that are no longer in my life, because I chose to move away from, or just let go of, some relationships that were not creating harmony, because of course it takes two to tango. And so sometimes you choose to just move away from a relationship and that was pulling you down in some way. Share your map. If you are in a family, share your map and get your partner to create their map. Get your children to create their maps. Each person needs to command their own subconscious. And by looking at your map and saying your map, new insights will come to you. So update your map. That's one of the things that makes the digital goal mapping so very powerful. Share it with your children. And my children started creating goal maps when they're just 5 years old. And this one from my oldest daughter, Shanti, who's now 20. And in contrast, here's a goal map from the team at Microsoft. And goal mapping created much more harmony in the Microsoft team, as it has done for so many organizations. It's one of the reasons why big businesses made investment in having me and other trainers go and teach goal mapping, not just as a technique, but the goal mapping workshop to their employees, and people creating not only goal maps around their achievement in the workplace and hitting their targets, but also who they were choosing to be within the workplace, and greater harmony is coming from that. Remember, using the goal map and your life map is what creates those brain cell connections. As we create more connections, so we activate more of our brain. Follow through in the coming master classes. Create the goal maps for the different areas of your life, and it creates that enhanced neural net. Remember, you work with your goal map for 30 days, 1 month, lunar cycle, and then move on to the next goal map. Because 30 days of working with your map, looking at the pictures, saying the words is a great period of time to form those brain cell connections that become the constant commands to your subconscious and help you to activate the whole of your brain. In addition to using your map, you can develop yourself further by watching the video in the Life Path journey. Simply click on the Life Path tab and it will bring up the island. You can click on the black dots and it will open up the video from the goal mapping workshop. Here, the video on winds of change. And at the end of each video, it will give you a choice to watch a new video or go and create your map. If you want to upgrade to the gold level, it's really simple. It's $9.99 for a month or £90 for a year. So there's a saving if you go for the year. Not only is it simple to upgrade, it's absolutely dead simple to also downgrade. You simply click on the settings button here in the corner, and that will open up your account, and it says here cancel subscription. It was really important for me, because of having harmony with my community and my values, to make the system really simple to downgrade from. Some people just upgrade for 1 month, they access the resources they want, it costs them just £9.99, and then they downgrade their account. And nothing's deleted out when you downgrade. You can still access your maps, print them out beforehand. They're not deleted, they're still there in the account. You can still work with whichever map you created first. But I really detest it when a service makes it hard to downgrade. And I've had even big brand name services with computer virus protection, McPhee, or whatever they're called. They make it so hard to downgrade, infuriating. But I can't just downgrade my account because they're looking to take money. And even some of the online entertainment streaming services make it really hard to downgrade. We've made it really easy. You can upgrade, you can downgrade, and there's notification emails on everything to let you know what's going on. You can also access the family material, and here in the new family center, you can download all of these resources at the gold level. So you can upgrade just for 1 month and you can download £40 worth of product. And you can go to our gold mapping shop and you can see the prices there of the product. And we've got the audio sound, the Magic Genie, and all the goal mapping ebooks, parents ebook, an adult ebook, and a children's workbook, plus video of me showing parents how to coach your children, and a demonstration of me coaching my own daughter, Aisha. And you can download it all just for $9.99, and then downgrade in the subscription in your account, and you have the materials there if you wish to. The really important thing is at the gold level, you can create a lot of goal maps. And you can see here all of my various maps, and you're not limited to just goal maps. At gold level, you can also create a life map, and you can create also an action map. A life map, I've already explained, is about helping you to be your best. An action map is focused on helping you to change habit patterns. And this is such an important thing in whatever type of big goal you may be setting. If it's a really meaningful goal, it may require you to think about who you need to be to achieve that goal and the habits that are going to support you to achieve that goal. There may be habits you want to change or habits that you want to enhance. And this one here, this map, focused on changing habit patterns around exercise. You can also, at the gold level, use the to-do planner. And this is a really important feature. So you can get down into detail on your map, and you can see the detail from all of your different maps, but you can also plan a specific map, such as the relationship map here, into greater detail. You can also print out the to-do list, which is something I find really empowering because I like to have it on paper, be able to cross things off with my pen, not just online. And maybe the greatest value of all by going gold is the gold lounge. And in the gold lounge, we have 7 coaching rooms. And in each of these rooms, we keep all of the additional focused content for these life areas. Harmonious relationships. Here we go. And in this room at the gold level, you're able to access past recordings of masterclasses, also deep dive workshops, our golden opportunity workshops, and focused instruction on how to create your goal map for harmonious relationships. You can also quick access to life mapping, action mapping, and other products, and create your to-do list, of course. And the golden opportunity workshops run each month. The next one is next Monday. And in these golden opportunity workshops, you get a ticket to attend our deep dive. This is where we go into the content in much greater detail. We're not focused on creating goal maps in these workshops. We are focused on the deeper content that supports the goal mapping, life mapping, action mapping, and self-mapping system. There are 7 universal principles of success, and each principle can be applied to any area of life, an individual or a partnership or a group or an entire community. Each principle builds on the last principle to form a philosophy, an outlook on life, an approach to living life in a good way. And in these workshops, which are interactive, and so camera on if you wish to, as well as microphone on, engage in the exercises. Sometimes we have breakout rooms for people that want to. And the next workshop is on principle number 5. It's a fantastic workshop about how you develop greater levels of free will, how you become fully responsible, able to choose your response. And I hope you'll join me. If you're upgrading to gold tonight, you'll not only have access to the gold lounge, all of the resources that I've just mentioned, but you'll also, of course, have a ticket to this coming Golden Opportunity Workshop on Monday the 15th, 10 a.m. This is UK time, so it'd be 11 a.m. CET, Central European time. You can work it out for yourself from that. And of course, each workshop recorded and held in the Gold Lounge. I love teaching this particular principle. It is the most empowering principle to learn how to use your free will to choose. And when you're in a really tough situation where the choices are limited, learning how to choose a positive thought about a negative situation is how you find the answer to the problem. It's how you find the silvery lining hidden in the cloud, the opportunity that's being masked by the difficulty. I hope that you would join me for this important workshop. 4 hours, 3.5 hours of content, and then a 30-minute break in the middle. You don't have to engage if you've got to work in the background or you've got other commitments, but you can have your system on, just microphone, camera turned off if you wish, engage when you want to, follow through with the workshop, and the recordings are always made available here in the Gold Lounge. And of course, not only will you have a ticket and access to this workshop and recording afterwards, but you can access all of the previous workshops, and those in the coaching rooms, as well as those further down here in the lounge, and access all of the tools. And we have quite a range of life coaches that are very committed to helping people lift their life with goal mapping. And if you are choosing to go gold tonight at the yearly gold membership of £90, and then the very special offer only tonight, if you're going gold tonight, then as well as having gold for the whole year, a ticket to all of the workshops we do every month and all of the recordings and create 100 goal maps and all of that, but we'll also give you a coaching token for you to exchange for a 1.5 hour coaching session with a coach of your choice. And in the coach registry, we have some absolutely amazing coaches that you would never be able to get a coaching session with for £90, let alone also have gold use of the program for that price as well. And you can go into the coach profile, you can see all of the different coaches there. And if you choose to go gold tonight at £90, simply upgrade within the system from the free level to the yearly level, and we'll be sending you a coaching token for you to exchange. And if you wish us to, me and Vicky will make the arrangements for you to receive a coaching session at a time you choose and with the coach of your choice, as long as that coach, of course, is available at the time you wish to do it. If you're interested in becoming a coach yourself, and then just very quickly in the last minutes tonight, let me explain that the goal mapping certification program certifies you to work across all of the different important areas. So your certification and training will help you share goal mapping in businesses, in public groups, network marketing organizations, and also in education, whether that's homeschooling or whether it's within state school, private school, some youth group. The material is really universal and the certification is universal. You can work in any country in the world where you choose to, and we have goal mapping translated into many different languages, and so the resources are also available for you to work not only in English but also in other languages. And there are 3 levels to the certification: one-to-one coaching, group workshops for a half day or full day workshops, and conference speaking. The training in each is focused on both learning goal mapping and also learning how to use the online platform that I've been showing tonight, because the platform is yours for life. You are automatically a gold member for the rest of your life if you're taking any level of certification. As some people only want to work one-on-one, and we have a special one-to-one coaching center in the online platform that again you get to use for life, so you can create private coaching pages where your coaching students can share their maps with you as a coach. You can give feedback or arrange Zoom coaching sessions and run your business from the online platform. You even get your own online office, everything here built into the platform. Other people know that they want to do coaching, but they also want to run workshops. And so if you're taking the workshop level, the certified facilitator also includes the coach training. So each level includes the level or levels behind it. So some people want to start straight at workshop level, facilitator, because they want to run workshops and they want to follow through and do one-to-one coaching. And maybe you want to run workshops in a school, in a youth group, or maybe you want to run workshops in a business or for a network marketing or public. You also want to follow through and do one-to-one coaching. And so at the workshop level, we teach people how to present the goal mapping workshop, learn the content as well as the coaching. And again, they're able to use the online platform and use it for the rest of their life and create their own online workshops. We've got a special workshop builder, which helps you to create your own online workshop, your own product, and even marketing pages so you can advertise it out, reach out into the internet, raise awareness of your work, and you can house all of your video and all of your content. You can even put downloads in, all of it housed within goal mapping online, or move to the top level of practitioner. We help you to create your own goal mapping product. And you get your own one-to-one trainer throughout your learning journey, which covers all of the different content and is spread over the period of a year. And you can start whichever level you wish to immediately. There's no waiting. And we have both one-to-one coaching as well as group coaching. If you want to know more, you want to look in greater detail, then please do join our Life Lifter Showcase. In the Life Lifter Showcase, we're celebrating all things goal mapping, but in particular, we're celebrating the coaching community. There are just some amazing people teaching and coaching goal mapping, and it's heartwarming to hear their work and the difference they're making in people's lives. The youngest coach, just 14, and is helping other people his age. And then we have coaches that are retired, but they're helping people in their retirement to stay active and to keep their brain alert and to set goals for a brighter future. There are coaches working with families and helping people with homeschooling. One of our newest coaches, Connie from America, I just saw that she just joined us, and her focus is helping families with homeschooling. And we have coaches working in business. You can use goal mapping wherever you wish. And to hear the stories of how people are making a difference around the world with goal mapping really is lifting. And so we call it the Life Lifter. And if you'd like to come and join, simply go to our events page and you'll be able to register there. It's Monday 22nd of May, at the same time as this one, 7 p.m. And you can see here, just click and you can register there for the Life Lifter. It's a truly international license and certification, business, education, or public. We have a complete resource center for all three levels with the latest materials, manuals, PowerPoint presentations, like the one I've been using tonight, but also little short, easy ones, videos, everything you need to not only learn goal mapping, but then run it as a business. And so many people these days are either looking for a second thing they can run alongside their corporate 9 to 5, or they are looking to make a career change. And so goal mapping is like a business in a box. It contains all of the things you need to learn the training, get up and running, and gradually reach out into the world and find your clients. Or maybe you're an existing coach and you already have clients and you have things that you teach. Goal mapping is a fantastic addition, an extra tool in your coaching toolbox. Because whatever type of coach you are or dream to be, it's a fundamental requirement that you help the people you wish to help to achieve their goals. And that's why people come to a coach. They want to achieve something. And no matter what area of life that is, or what it may be, it will mean sending that command to their subconscious so that their subconscious moves them towards the goal, and through the law of attraction, moves the goal towards them. We have a marketing affiliate center so that you can reach out into the world with your own personal affiliate link and draw people back in to your coaching profile page or into goal mapping generally. And of course, you receive commissions. 40% at the top rate for practitioner and 20% at coach, 30% at facilitator. To learn the coach training is just a simple 7-week learning journey. We have operated a full money back guarantee since the very beginning in 1999. The first certification program with just 10 people, and now there are 1,547 people certified around the world. And in all that time, there are only 3 or 4 people that have ever asked for their money back, and that's because their life situation changed while they were doing the training and they couldn't continue with it, and so we gave them a complete refund. When you join, it's a lifetime membership. There is nothing whatsoever to pay afterwards. There is no yearly renewal cost. There is no membership fee. You have one payment to make, which is your setup and training payment. And then after that, the system is yours to use for as long as you want. Even top coaches around the world are endorsing goal mapping, many of them using it themselves. I made 2 presentations just last year for Tony Robbins to his top customers, the Platinum Partners. I've been presenting for him for many years. And what Tony says is this: Brian is one of the best at helping people create a world-class blueprint for their life. Not just goals, but sustainable success. His mapping systems are a blast and really effective. The words that are so important for me are sustainable success. And many times people achieve things and it's random. Sustainable success is never an accident. It happens on purpose. It happens because the person is thinking successful thoughts and they're sending a command to their subconscious to help them be their best, do their best, live their best life. If you're joining as a coach, you get your own coach profile, and you're also featured in the coach registry, which is open to the internet. So you use it as your own online marketing or information page, and you can build on it and add more information. You can upload testimonials, and you have complete control over your page. Remember, 7-week learning journey. Now, if you wish to, you can take it over a longer period. We recommend 7 weeks because as part of your learning journey, you're going to create 7 goal maps in 7 coaching sessions, 4 group coaching sessions led by me, 3 individual one-to-one coaching sessions with a coach of your choice from our master coach trainers. And in those one-to-one sessions, you choose the time and you're able to really question the coach about how they work with goal mapping, as well as them coaching you into creating your goal maps. 7 goal maps for the 7 important areas of your life, like we've been showing so far in this masterclass. Because if you're creating your own maps, you not only learn how to coach goal mapping, but you're in an authentic place to coach other people, having your own goal maps for the different important areas of life. And if someone comes to you wanting a goal map for relationships or finding purpose or well-being or raising their self-esteem, you can coach them from an authentic place of power, having your own goal map. All coaching sessions are recorded and made available for you. So if you're not able to make one of the group coaching sessions, you can simply go to the certified coach training team and you're able there to access any of the recordings. Me and Vicky, of course, are always available, just an email away, and you have the rest of the community that love to help each other. Whatever type of coach you are or dream or aspire to be for the future, whatever your niche market, there are all types of coaches these days of all types of passion to help all types of people to achieve all types of goals. It is fundamental that you are able to help people achieve their goals. Included also in the coach program is the family youth coach material, at normally £359, but all included, as are 10 gold upgrade codes. So you saw earlier, a gold membership for a year is £90. We include 10 codes, £900 worth of gold codes that you can use in whichever way you wish. You can resell them to your own clients, or you can use them as added value to your coaching sessions. It's absolutely your choice. We help you find your price point. And some people want to include a code with that as added value. You also receive 15 silver upgrade codes. Normal price would be $1,530, but again, it's all included in the coach pack, as is life mapping certification. I showed life map earlier and said how powerful it is. Many clients want to create a life map as well as a goal map. And again, the training on life mapping and the certification, normally £599, but once again, included within this coach certification. One price of £1,495, which includes all of these extra added value. It would come to nearly 4,000 in total, but just 1,495, which is around 1,741 euros. And for some people, of course, that's a large investment. It is actually comparatively very low in price. If you look at other coaching programs, many of them actually giving much less than I'm outlining here. They are often much higher prices for the training and certification. So it's quite a low price as coaching programs go. But if it's a difficult investment for you, then we can make a payment plan where we will spread it over a period of months. You can start at the coach level and then move on to facilitator and practitioner levels afterwards if you wish to, simply paying the additional price. There's no real difference in cost advantage, but for someone that is starting at facilitator or practitioner level, we do create a different learning plan, and we do give extra added value in putting in additional training and additional one-to-one sessions with me and Vicky to help you goal map your business and also create your own goal mapping product, included a co-authored ebook with me focused on whatever your niche subject may be if you're moving to these higher levels of certification. If you'd like to know more and have a personal one-to-one chat, then please book a call with me and or Vicky or both of us. We'd love to speak with you. We really are on a mission to share goal mapping with the world, and quite simply, we can't do it alone. It sounds like it's a lot of coaches, 1,547, but there are so many people in the world, and the coaches are actually very thinly spread. And so we are looking for more coaches to spread the word. If you think that's you and you'd like to help lift more lives, I've booked your place today. and you'll find the link in the chat, and go see the information page and just join us. You can see some of the testimonials there from the coaches. You can contact any you wish and ask them what their opinion is of being in the community and working with me and Vicky and goal mapping. You can contact us directly by booking a call. And regardless of any of those things, please do come to the Life Lifter Showcase on Monday the 22nd and see the great work that coaches are doing around the world with goal mapping. I wish you all the very best. On behalf of Vicky, who's the other side of the table now, answering messages. It's been lovely to join with so many of you tonight. I hope you've really enjoyed it. The most important thing, once again, is please do have your map. It's not attending these and listening to me that makes it work. You work it by working the map. It works if you work it. The more you work it, the more it works. I see Richard nodding on the screen, totally agreeing. Yes, thank you, Richard. Go work it for yourself. It really works. If you're unsure about your map, share it with me and Vicky. Just click the email button, put in Vicky's email or share the URL, and we'll give you feedback. I've got a little bit over time. My apologies for that. I looked to keep it normally to 2 hours, but I squeezed in more tonight than I was planning to. Lots of love, everyone. Take care. Lovely to be with you. Hopefully see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks a lot. Good night.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Good night, Richard.
Good night.